Hey guys, it's Mike with another Guild of Guardians video. Today we've got a highlight video on Cyrus and a giveaway. The giveaway will take place after the highlight video, so stay tuned and we will be giving away to one of the folks that had commented on the video that we've been talking about for the last few days. This is a reward for hitting 500 subscribers. This is not sponsored by YouTube or anything else. This is just me doing a thing. And I wanted to give back to everybody that's been helping me out along my journey. So thank you, and I am looking forward to getting this character over to the winner. Before we do, we're going to take a peek at his kit. We're going to take a look at him in the Great Forge and see how he measures up. Cyrus is a Cinder Strength Imperial tank. And from what I understand, he is one of the best tanks in the game, if not the best tank in the game. We're going to take a quick peek at the gear I have on him. You can see his power rating is significantly higher than some of my other highlight videos. That is because he is Enlightened level 9, Radiance level 3. So he has added stats boosting his overall power ranking up quite a bit. This is comparable, if not the same gear that I'm running on my Tuskrog. I think I have a couple pieces that actually match the Hydrus on my Tuskrog, so these ones match Cinder, so they were better suited for him. But on the boots themselves, we've got attack, so theoretically it'd probably make more sense to have him in defense boots being a tank. He's up there tanking up damage, but we do have an extra 36% of defense over here on the crossbow, so we're making up for the fact that we've got attack. He does do quite a bit of damage with his attack, and we'll see that in his kit. So it's not bad to have him in defense boots, but that could make him a little squishier than he needs to be. We do got a little bit of crit rating here, crit rating defense. So that's it. We got a little bit of crit rating there with the 10%. That's about what we got for him to help him out. So moving on over to his skills, we've got his AoE ultimate ability is Cursed Blade. After a short windup, Cyrus swings his sword with immense power, dealing 350% of attack as physical damage and activating his Cursed Blade for 15 seconds. As you can see, as you level this up, it gets up to 430%. So if you build him with a little bit of attack on him, he's going to hit really hard. His next ability is Piercing Strike. Cyrus launches a Piercing Strike Sword Blast, dealing 200% of attack as physical damage to each enemy hit. Cursed Blade, if it's active, Cyrus launches 2 additional sword blasts to the left and to the right of the first. So it's kind of an area AoE where people have to be in close proximity to him, but he can do a lot of damage. And if that Cursed Blade that he's enabling for 15 seconds with his ultimate, once he gets this going, he's going to ultimate probably within every 15 seconds. So for the rest of the battle, he will be probably having the Cursed Blade active. So this extra piece of his skill will be taking place. On Blade Blast, Cyrus assaults nearby enemies, dealing 220% of attack as physical damage. Again, that gets powered all the way up to 300, so he's going to hit pretty hard. And if Cursed Blade is active, he also forms a protective area, reducing damage taken by allies within it by 30% for 5 seconds. So this area is going to be up in the front around him, I believe. And so basically any warriors or tanks that are up there with him are going to bring their damage down as well and help make them more survivable for 5 seconds. So that is an awesome kind of support side ability. And then his passive is Tampered Defense. Damage taken from enemies in front of Cyrus is reduced by 30%. So any enemy that's in front of Cyrus is going to have basically 30% less damage that they're dealing to your allies. Now, I misread this the first time in one of the videos, so I apologize for any confusion there. I mentioned something about all the allies should be behind him, so it wouldn't really be effective, but this is actually the enemies, the damage the enemies are doing to your team. So this would basically not be effective to any stealth or assassin abilities where they teleport behind enemy lines. At that point, they would be doing full damage. But basically, everybody in front of Cyrus is going to be reducing their damage by 30%. So effectively, it's going to be a pretty good support setup for your team to take less damage, make your whole team a little tankier. So that's pretty good. And then that damage reduction increases as you get it up. It can go all the way up to 70%, which is pretty amazing. Once you get them up to level, I think 180 legendary characters max out. But that is a huge benefit to your team as far as a tank is concerned. So let's jump out into the Great Forge, give him a shot, see how he goes. He is a Sender, so he will be neutral affinity in this battle. So that's just something to keep in mind as we compare him to other folks. Also, because he's Enlightened level 9, Radiance level 3, his overall power is significantly higher than most of the people that we've brought into this on these highlight videos. So keep that in mind as well. But I do expect him to walk through this battle. So we'll get this underway and see what he does. Alright, so we are working on to that first room. We got Cyrus up here in the front. We're going to go ahead and hit fight, take it off 2 times so we can see what he's doing here. Got all those. So he took that guy out in 1 hit. I think he dropped somebody else in the back. We couldn't see their life, or maybe that's their little bar right there. But he just took those 2 guys out with his ultimate ability. And I think when his flame is on fire, like you saw there, that's when Cursed Blade is active. And that should tick for 15 seconds, and then you get all those extra features on each of those other abilities. Alright, so we are into that second room here. We're going to go ahead and get it underway. He barely took any damage at all in that last fight. He did take a stun here, so he's going to get hit a few times. But I think he got 2 or 3 stuns back to back on that. And another one. He's getting it. But he is doing quite a bit of damage on that. You can see those 2 guys were basically one shot. He has been kind of tickling this guy to death, but now he's got Cursed Blade going again. If he ever gets off stun, he should be doing some damage. We missed a crit there. If he would have crit, I'm sure that probably would have been a 1 hit. But even though he's been stunned a bunch and taking a lot of damage, I mean, you can see he really is tanking it up. And that is going to be his job. He's not really designed to one-shot people, although he does do a great job at it. But he really is there to add defense and to protect your allies behind him as well, taking down the amount of damage that they're taking by 30 up to 70%. Alright, we're into that third and final room. Cyrus has been moving through it. Took a lot of stuns in the last room, which I think is the only reason he took as much damage as he did. You saw that crit come up there for about 100,000. We're working on getting his ultimate ability going, and so he can do some of that AoE area damage. Every one of his attacks is an AoE, but they all are proximity AoE. So he's going to hit people that are near him. Unfortunately, a couple of those guys dodged him. So it's not going to be a hit everybody every time AoE. But every single attack he has is AoE. So that is actually kind of cool. And for a tank, he just does a lot of damage, a lot of work up front, as well as tanking it up. So he's kind of doing 2 different jobs at the same time, which makes him super effective. And then his support in limiting the amount of damage coming in is also huge. So that's why Cyrus is thought to be one of the best. So I'm sad to see him leave my account, but I'm excited that he's going to join one of yours. But let's jump out into the Token Trove and see what we find out there. So looking at where we're at, I actually purchased Cyrus, I think it was 3 or 4 days ago, and he was about $176. So his price has come down briefly. There are a few of him available kind of in that lower price, and then it jumps right back up to where I was paying for Enlightenment level 9, Radiance level 3. But these prices do move quite a bit. So depending on when you make your purchase, they could shoot up $50 to $100. I know with my wife, with Freya, we watched her price fall out from underneath her after we bought her, which was a little unfortunate, but I'm sure over time that value will go back up and it'll come back down. So it's just a matter, if you want to get rid of a champion, kind of do a little bit of homework on them, see what a good price would be. If Cyrus doesn't happen to be the character that you need on your account, you can put him right on the market here, and I would probably try to get at least $200 for him myself. And because once these 4 sell through or 5 sell through, he's going to be the cheapest unless you're in a hurry, and then you can list him as the least expensive. But it's up to you, and then you can go in and purchase the champion that you want. But Cyrus is an amazing champion. I think that he will improve any account. That's why I chose him. I don't think, unless you already have him, I don't think that he's going to sit on your bench. He's going to be in there and playing. So that's pretty exciting. It's going to take a peek in here, see if we see any warrior Cyruses. On the Founder Guardians, they have this different artwork, so it doesn't really show a substantial difference in the warriors. And then Elite, like you can see, his arm color here is slightly different. That's about it. And then here on the Elite, and here's a Mythic Cyrus. So these guys are super rare. And then you also have the Warrior, or not Warrior, excuse me, the Champion. And so the champion is also extremely rare. I did get a question as to how you change the chroma of your champion. The answer is, unfortunately, you can't change the chroma of your character. When you ascend them for the first time, there is a % chance that they get promoted to warrior status, elite status, champion, or mythical. And those rates, I think warrior's like 9%, and then elite is less than 1%. And I want to say champion is like 0.001%, and mythical's even smaller than that. So once you ascend the champion, you have that random chance of them being promoted in their chroma. But once you've ascended them the first time, they will not change their chroma after that. So that is just where they're going to be. So I think that's what I got for you on Cyrus today. He's an amazing tank champion. I look forward to hearing any feedback from the winner as far as how he changed and helped their account along. But before we check off for the day, we're going to go ahead and do the giveaway. All right, so we're utilizing a web page called Raffles. They are not affiliated with the Mike GOG or anything like that. It's just something that I saw on YouTube other people were using, and it seemed to be pretty effective. So you just upload the video that you want in here, and then from there, it will bring all of the comments from that video into here and randomly select one that will be the winner. So before we get into who is going to win, I do have a way of confirming the winner. So if you do not win, please do not email me and tell me you won. It'll just create confusion, and it'll create a little bit of extra work on my side. But I am very dedicated to making sure the winner is the one that receives this Cyrus. So we're going to go ahead and hit confirm. All right, so we have a 5-second countdown. Hopefully you see your comment somewhere in here. And we're going to go ahead and get started and see who the winner is. 5 seconds. We went to 10. We got a 10-second countdown. Create a little extra suspense. I really appreciate everybody that has participated. This has been really fun. And the winner is at AI Varaskar Chris Tupas. 7343. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. I'm sorry if I butchered that. If this is you, what we want to do is we want to have you email me. My email is in the description of this video. And you send me an email, let me know you won, and I will follow up with instructions on how to verify it's you. And then we will go through with exchanging information so I can get that Cyrus over to your account. So congratulations, 7343. I'll go with the digits because that I can actually pronounce. And I really appreciate you participating, and everyone else as well. Thank you so much for supporting me in this journey. I would like to thank everybody who participated in this giveaway. It was super fun for me. I hope to do one in the future and after this process works out. And as the channel potentially gets monetized, I might have a little extra funds, because this is just coming out of my personal pocket because we haven't made any money on the channel yet. But if I do start making money on the channel, I would like to give that back to the community in some facets. So hopefully this is the first of many giveaways, but we're going to kind of play it by ear and see how it goes. So thank you guys so much for supporting. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.